And Dylan Pinson is with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Gene.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. I want to thank y'all for letting us. I know we've had 5 or 6 people in here the last few weeks talking about the fair and everything we do.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate that. We want to tell the public everything that we have and definitely invite everybody out there to enjoy it like we do.
Oh, it's going to be a big week. I wrote down Greer in big letters on here because the last time he was on, I called him Mr. Skinner.
Mr. Skinner? Yes, sir.
And so you'll note on my notes here, it's in great big letters, I wrote Greer. So I didn't make that mistake again. So, well, gosh, I'm sure a lot of folks associated with the fair probably can't believe that it's this close to fair time.
Yeah,
We're just a few days away.
It seems like we go 4th of July and then all of a sudden fair's here. It seems like there's only a couple days in between, but July is definitely a fast month for anybody that has animal projects or 4-H projects.
Sure, and folks have been working hard to get the fairgrounds ready to go. How are things looking out there?
Yes, sir. It's really good. Like, I feel like a lot of people have said it too. We're in better shape this year than we've been in several years, so we're ready. We had a lot of kids out there last Saturday, got a lot of painting done, cleaning, mowing. It looks really good out there, and we're really excited for opening day on Tuesday.
And that's the second year that the schedule has been aligned this way, because I think that last year was the first year that it was aligned this way.
Right. We had that COVID year, and that changed our schedule drastically. It was bad. So the next year, we had our sale at night that year, and we got a lot of comments on that. And it kind of fit in to moving the fair back a day. If we did our sale on Saturday night, we could keep the vendors there, keep the kids there, and be more open to the public on the weekend. Because, I mean, the fair's going on all week, and we're busy. But it seemed like we were kind of missing the public on Saturday when we're trying to get out of there and everybody's trying to get out there and see what's going on. So
yeah,
I think it fits a lot better for what we're trying to do and educate people.
So things kind of start a day later, so instead of the parade and the opening being on Monday, the parade and the ribbon cutting and the opening is on Tuesday evening.
Yes, sir. All the shows, everything, the schedule is exactly the same except for the scale. It just moved back. Sale. Yeah. It just moved back one day, and we moved the sale to Saturday night.
Right, which I think, again, was very well received with all that. Is there going to be a carnival this year?
That's a sensitive subject.
Well, I'm not trying to cause it. It's just a question I get asked.
You're right, and we get asked all the time, and we called carnival companies from here to Ohio to Florida to California, and it's just they're hard to find now. There's not near as many of them. We had several companies that, yeah, we'll be there, no problem, and then they back out. Well, we found somebody that offered us a better deal, or it's hard. We're constantly working on that. I don't think they told me at the beginning of the month, yeah, we'll be there, and they haven't answered my phone call for the past week, so I really don't think they're coming.
So there's most likely not going to be a carnival this year, although the effort has really been out there to try to get a carnival to come to the fair. Yeah, you're right about that. The COVID, I know, took out a whole bunch of those companies because they couldn't tour for a couple of years.
Right, and the company that we've used for the past, I don't know, 10 years that I know of they're not around anymore because of the COVID, so it's just trying to find a replacement.
Yeah, but pretty much everything else that people are used to when it comes to the fair is back again this year. So there's the parade, and then there's the different animal judging competitions that go on, and then and there's a lot of really good entertainment this year. And why don't we talk about that for a little bit?
There is. We really have started trying to be more public driven the past few years. Our concerts the names we're getting are getting bigger and bigger every year. So of course our headliner this year is Aaron Watson. We have the Smoking Hot Bull Riding on Friday night to open it up. We have Tail Runyon that's going to open for him. We're selling tickets like crazy, so we've already sold online tickets. We've already sold over half of what we sold total last year.
Okay.
So I think we're going to have a huge crowd just for that event.
I think you will, because this has kind of been a late deciding area as long as I've lived here.
Right.
You know, anybody doing any kind of event with tickets is like, we're not selling any tickets. We're not selling any tickets. And then day of, it gets real big. So if you're already at that level now, with a week and a half to go,
and I encourage everybody, like, we're not going to stop selling tickets at the gate. We'll sell it till we close, but get your tickets online. It'll definitely, I'll bet you money that line's shorter than the cash line. So
You know it is. So, and that's Aaron Watson. So that's the Friday night concert.
Yes, sir.
After the bull riding.
Right.
And then, but on Thursday night, you've got a kind of a family-oriented concert series.
Yeah, we wanted to add more this year.
Not that Aaron's not family-oriented.
Oh, of course. No, we wanted to. We're all about bringing people to the fair, and we want to reach as many people as we can. So this year we partnered with Faith Baptist Church and First Baptist Church. They were real open to the idea of doing a Christian concert. So we added the other night, Thursday night. They sponsored We Are Messengers, and their opener is going to be Katie Nicole. I'm not big into that music, but I have been listening to them this week just to familiarize myself with it, and I think they're going to be awesome too. And I'm hearing a lot of people talking about it, and I think it's an awesome thing that we're doing, trying to expand to the different.
Now, are tickets needed for that concert, or is that a?
No, that's completely free, and that's because Faith and First sponsored that, and they stepped up, and we really appreciate them too.
Yeah. So what at this point, as you're getting this close to the fair, because I think, what's the schedule this weekend? So are any of the exhibits or animals or anything coming in this weekend, or?
So for the public, we open next Tuesday with the ribbon cutting, but yeah, this weekend we'll have kids out there again, and honestly, anybody's welcome to come help us get ready, clean up. We greatly appreciate that. But so cleaning all day Saturday and getting all our sound equipment and banners, all our sponsors up. Sunday, there's not a whole lot going on Sunday. Of course, all the kids will be bringing in all their tack and their chutes, stuff like that. And then Monday morning is really when it starts. The animals come in at 7 o'clock. We'll be busy all day long trying to get all the animals in their pens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I did forget, Saturday we'll accept all the open exhibits and 4-H exhibits. So that'll be a busy barn just for getting them submitted, so we can get them judged and displayed.
Yeah. So there'll be a lot of judging going on
Yes, sir.
over the weekend
Right.
days as all the exhibits or the entries come in and they get judged. Where do you wind up getting judges for these different things? Let's talk about like the exhibits first, and then you get into the livestock shows.
Well, for the exhibits, that's a very good Lisa question.
Okay. Well, she'll be here.
Yeah, Lisa takes it and runs with it. I'm not sure who she has judging this year. There's normally a couple people. Most of us are fair related that are judging these projects, but
Yeah.
it could be anybody.
But then when you get into like the pig show and the goat show and the rabbit show and all those, you bring in judges from all across the country.
Right. So what we do is we actually, probably starting about August, we'll open up we keep our judges on a 2-year rotation for the most part. So this year I believe we're up on quite a few judges. So what we'll do from August to September, October, we have an application pretty much, and it's open to all our exhibitors. They can fill out if they know a good judge, because these kids go to jackpots everywhere and national shows. If they know a good judge, it's basically like a job application. You tell us about the judge, tell us where they've judged, anything you can tell us about them, and then that goes to the fair board, and we kind of break down into small groups and go through those and list them in the order that we'd like to. Of course, we might not always get our first choice, but
Right.
We try to make it as fair as possible and bring in the biggest names and the best judges we can find.
Yeah. People don't often think about that. So just like in all kinds of industries, like in bull riding, it's the bulls.
Right.
They're kind of the stars. So in judging, there's actually a list, or there's a group somewhere that you can go to, Judges R Us, I guess, or
Right.
and look for good judges and the kind that you want to bring in, because that really helps the show to know that you've got excellent quality judges judging these animals.
Right. Because, I feel like Eddy County is one of the most competitive shows in the state, so of course our judges got to be the best that we can get.
That's right. Food court areas, are going to be a lot of food at the fair this year?
Of course, good food, turkey legs. Anybody that knows I'm part of the fair wants to talk about turkey legs, so of course we're going to have those and funnel cakes, sweet tea. That's a big fair thing for me anyway.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it should be pretty busy. We're excited.
And then the food court building, that's where a lot of the food trucks, they all congregate around there, but then you open up that building if people want to sit and eat
Right.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
there's definitely, I mean, we're looking at another hot fair, of course. I don't know why we decided to have our fair in July, but it's been that way for a long time.
It
so.
sure has.
But we definitely have places to cool off and get out of the heat for a little bit.
Yeah.
Enjoy your food. Right next to the food court for everybody that's been at the fair, and I don't know if I told you yet, Gene, but we have been doing some other types of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have it's called a NASCAR experience booked this year.
Okay.
And it's free to the public. I think they'll be selling souvenirs or stuff like that, but anybody should be able to try it. It should be a full NASCAR that people can take pictures with, and I think they're bringing a simulator.
Oh, good.
So just something a little different. It should be fun.
Yeah. Are there some other things that are people like to see the traditional things, but also the new things that you're bringing in? What are
Right.
some of the other activities or events or displays that people may be familiar with that are going to be back?
Familiar with, of course, livestock shows, all the open exhibits, all our commercial exhibits, all the businesses around town are going to be out there.
Mm-hmm.
Our parade is that's about as traditional as you can get, I feel like.
Yep. Now that's on Tuesday
Yes,
at
sir.
4 o'clock.
Correct.
So not Monday,
Right.
Tuesday.
Tuesday we got to get out there.
That's right.
Traditional, we're missing the carnival. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, I wasn't going to go back there. Enough vendors that are going to fill up both buildings again this year?
Yes, Debbie sold out before July 4th. It really is. That's a hard building to get into. You got to start calling really early if you want to be in there, but it should be packed one end to the other, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Should be lots of good vendors in there.
Right. Antique tractors will be back?
Yeah,
or-
we'll have our tractor, got the tents, and they'll have, I haven't talked to them. I'm not sure if they're doing demonstrations. You know, they've done like baling demonstrations the past couple years, and those were pretty cool watching them with the old tractors.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll do something like that again.
It's probably amazing for those folks that are in that occupation or in that industry, and the modern equipment that we have today, the modern tractors that can do so much, to go look at some of these older tractors and say, so you actually planted with that, you actually fertilized with that, you
Right.
actually hauled things around the farm with that thing. I'm sure it's just an amazing thing to compare.
It is. It is very. It was fun. I had to stop and watch them for a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
And that was high tech at the time. you
yeah,
know?
that was the best you could get, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, we're looking forward to all of that. So the tickets are for the Friday night concert, the Aaron Watson concert. Those are on sale.
Right.
Is the bull riding? Do you need a ticket for that, or
It's the same ticket.
it's the same ticket? Okay.
$15 to get in the gate, and you get both of them. So, and we're not going to charge 3 and under. You got
Okay.
a kid, bring them. Come on.
Come early for the bull riding and stick around for the
Yeah.
Aaron Watson concert on Friday
Grab you
night.
some food.
Yeah.
What I thought about, Lisa will tell us more about it, but I thought more traditional stuff. Like, of course, we have our pecan auction,
Right.
and that's
Now the lead class,
yes.
you know, that had kind of slowed down a little bit, but the last couple of years, that's really there's been a lot of competitors in the lead
Right.
class.
And Stephanie Hughes is the superintendent for that, and she does a great job.
Yeah.
Just talking, I think they have a lot of kids this year, and my wife's actually at home making dresses right now for some little girls. So we're definitely excited about that, because I think it's going to be every part of the fair is getting really, really big.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like the number of animals is going to be good this year.
Yeah, we're pretty consistent with our last year's numbers.
Yeah.
So,
And I know there's a lot of folks, a lot of businesses that have really stepped up to help out. Are there some folks you'd like to recognize, or just kind of thing?
definitely. One of our biggest sponsors is HF Sinclair. ConocoPhillips sponsors us. 111 Beef Republic, Tate Branch. Since trying to think of all my other big ones, PBT of course, and CVE.
Yep.
It's very few people say no when we need something for the fair.
Got to have power and internet.
We could sit here for we could sit here for 30 minutes and go through people that just don't tell us no, and
Yeah.
we'd never get to the end of that list. And we're grateful for the support that the community has for the fair.
We're gonna try to do some streaming from the horse show this year. Some of it may be recorded that we'll edit and stream simulated live later in the week. But we'd never done that before, so
Not for the horse show, right?
for the horse show. So we're gonna try to add some of that in
Yeah.
this year. And
And that's another big part that y'all do for us is make sure the the shows are streamed, so the people who can't make it out there that want to see the livestock shows, it's easy to get to.
Yeah. Well, Haley was telling me that a lot of people that show animals go back and watch the video, kind of like a not a recruiting tool, but a review
Right.
their technique and what did they do that they thought was good and what did they need to improve on and stuff like that. And we're
Right.
like, okay, we're happy to.
Yeah, you work with them animals all year, and then you're in the show ring for 20 minutes, and it sometimes it goes by pretty quick, and you're like, man, I can't believe I made that mistake. And
Yeah.
it's great to go back and reflect on shows.
Right, and it's always fun to watch the little kids that just get started in it. And I know you've got a couple of name escapes me right now. That not the
booster show?
booster shows. Yeah, the little booster shows where you get the little kids out there in the ring with the pigs and stuff like that.
Right, and I think those are Saturday morning, and you don't have to be a fair family. Just if your kid wants to, you think your kid wants to be a part of that, bring them out. Like we'll find them a pig and they can show it in the. I mean, it's not really a competitive show, but it does give them a little bit of experience and lets them work with the animal. And I think it's something great to get your kids comfortable with.
Yeah, well,
Or
you
introduce them to livestock. Anyway.
sure, and you watch that and you see the number of kids participating. And okay, this is going to continue. This is going to
Right.
this tradition is going to keep going. You've talked about it before. I know there's some big plans that the fair board is working on for future renovations, remodeling, growth out at the fairgrounds. And
Yes.
are there some ways during the fair itself that if folks want to help in that process, they can? You're going to have your
We're hoping we have some meetings this weekend. We have been working with the architect for the past several years. This architect just does fairgrounds. It's pretty much his bread and butter. Like, he's well known for this. He's done a lot of state fairgrounds. He's actually going to be here Saturday, and we're going to meet with him and go over our final kind of wish list and what we want. Like, not just wish list. Like, he already had our wish list, and now he's got it on paper. So now we get to see how well this fits us. I'm hoping, depending on how that goes this weekend, hopefully we start like rolling it out during the fair, and of course we'll take donations toward it. I think our TGFFA is going to try to raffle a trailer or something to get it started. So, but that is it's really big. It's almost there. I hope we can talk about it in the next couple months more in depth. Once it's solid and we know this is where we're going.
Yeah. So you got the vision on paper, and then you can start saying, if we do this by then, we can start,
right,
turning dirt and doing all the stuff that goes with.
trying to make sure our fundraising goals are realistic and what we're comfortable with.
Yeah.
See if we can make it happen.
Wow, that's great. Fair time is coming up. It's next week, folks. It starts officially for the public Tuesday with the parade at 4 o'clock, and then the ribbon cutting and grand opening at 5 o'clock, and then all the vendors go. And I think the dairy heifer sale is Tuesday night. And
the show, yes, sir.
And it goes all the way through the following weekend. And the fair books are out and about. It's all online at the website, which is a really good website for all this information. And
yeah, there's a lot of information on our website. Anything you need to know about our fair is there.
Yeah. Well, what else do we need to cover or talk about with the fair, Dylan?
We can talk about the sale a little bit.
Okay, let's do that.
We need to talk about the Chili Cookoff. I know you had Sarah in here last week, and she did an awesome job. But, of course, Chili Cookoff's going on. They're doing that red chili, green chili, traditional chili. Mm-hmm. And I was listening last week, and I'm Team Bean, by the way.
Question.
But we're going to have that going on. The Top Dog Cornhole's going to come out there, and they're going to do the Cornhole Toss during the Chili Cookoff. FR Classic Country, we're going to have them playing. He's a small guy, but we'll have some live music. The Anvil Toss is going on. Saturday's a really big day, and we tried to add, there's a lot going on that morning into the afternoon for the public to come watch or participate. Anybody's welcome.
Yeah.
So we'd love to have y'all for that. But going into the sale, of course, anybody, we can take donations for any amount to get these kids some money for how hard they've worked with their projects.
So you can either attend the auction and attempt to buy as an individual or as a business, or there's some buyer pools that are available too.
Yeah, there's a lot of buyers pools, Gene, and if you don't mind, I'll give out my number, and we'll gladly take your money or point you toward the right buyers pool people, and they'd love to spend your money on these kids. But my number is 575-513-9139. And like I said, if you can't be there, we'd love to make the donation and we'll get it to the kids, or we'll get it wherever you want to spend your money. We can find something. And of course, our sponsors are recognized with our video screen the whole year the next year, and in our fair books they get pictures from the kids. So
Oh yeah, I don't think there's a business in town that you go into that doesn't have a picture of a cow or a pig or
right everywhere in town here.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that support. And then there's the FFA Awards, which are not just for the animals, but for all the other exhibits and other things that the FFA
Right.
and 4-H kids compete in.
Yes, sir.
Because there's a lot of things people don't realize that they compete in other areas other than just the
It's
showing of the
not
animals.
just a livestock show. There's a lot of indoor projects, from welding to sewing and woodworking, everything, like canning. There's a little bit of everything you can do at the fair.
Canning, that's almost become a lost art, hasn't
I don't know why that popped in my head. I've never canned anything, but
it? Well, no, I grew up, we had 100 million jars, and we had to do the boiling of the jar thing, and then we get the stuff out of the garden, and then, in March we'd still be eating beans from last year,
Right.
but it's not a bad thing, but it just seems like nobody does those types of activities anymore.
right. It's kind of a lost art, I guess.
Yeah, but with all the supply shortages and stuff, maybe this is the time to
Stock your shelves,
Get-
maybe
get-
learn a new trade.
get back to some of that and learn that. Well, good. Well, is there anything else we need to make sure that we mention?
No, I think we're good. Just our website's there, and then of course there's info emails on the website. Email us. We'll help anybody out we can.
Excellent. Dylan, thank you so much for your time. Lisa Bones is going to be in tomorrow, and then of course we're going to be out there all next week. I'm going to be broadcasting this show Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then of course we're going to be out covering all the other events that are going on. So we're looking forward to it. It's another fair.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you, Gene. We appreciate you.
All right.